Hello everybody and welcome to my 34th VBA 2010 tutorial. This tutorial is going to go into how to pass variables into a function by reference rather than by value. So what I mean by that is, where I've spoken about scope before, if you pass a variable into a function by value, you're essentially creating another variable that second function uses. Whereas when you're passing by reference, all it's doing is just telling that second function where in memory that the original variable is stored, and then that function can access the scope of that variable that it normally wouldn't be able to. So the best way to kind of explain this to you is just to show you an example. So let's get started. So let's put a main function. Or main sub, then we're going to give ourselves just a string. So let's dim our string as string, and then we'll set it equal to something over here. So we know at the moment this one's got scope because it's in the same code block, we've just declared it, so we know we can set it. So this string was changed in main sub. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to call our function that we're going to create. So call change string, and then we're just going to pass our string. And then if we just set this up now, so let's put ourselves a function down here called change string, and then instead of putting by val here, we're not going to put by val, we're going to put by ref or by reference. And then we want it to pass us a string and put it as string. So even though we put it as a different name to the variable that we're passing in, it's not actually going to just give us this variable. It's going to create this second variable, but it's going to give that variable the same memory index as that one. So when we change this variable, it's also going to change this variable up here, regardless of the fact that they're in different code blocks. So if we change our string down here, so str equals I have been amended in change string function, and then that's it. We're not going to do anything else with that. We're just going to have that as our function. And then just to test this, let's just stick message box is around, so our string, and then let's just do it afterwards as well. So in theory, if we were doing by value, and I'll show you what it does if we do it by value to start off with. So let's pass it by value. So with by value, these are going to be both the same. Even when we change this one, it's not going to change our string, so it's just going to message the same thing out twice. So let's press play, and then this string was changed in main sub, and this string was changed in main sub, so they both stayed the same. Whereas if we now change this back to by ref, as we initially intended, and we press play, then this string was changed in main sub, and then press OK, magic moment, and I have been amended in change string function. So that is how you'd pass a variable by reference. It just gives you that kind of control over amending with the initial kind of variable that you've got. So it's quite useful if you're working with kind of worksheet objects and you want to pass through the reference of a worksheet object, because if you've got a worksheet, you don't need to have loads of different variables storing it in memory. You just need to kind of store it in the memory once and then just reference it. So we'll come on and we'll use that in later tutorials, but for now, just remember that's how you use by reference and how you use by value in slightly different ways. Most of the time you're going to use by value. So thanks for listening, and I hope to catch you in the next tutorial.